In this video, we will be talking about solving multi-step equations. Now, if you remember from before, we did a video where we solved one-step equations, and that was just one step. It was very easy and simple, but now we're going to be talking about solving two-step equations. While it may seem a little bit difficult, it is not that difficult. We're still going to be doing inverse operations using that, but this time we have two things, multi-steps to do in multi-step equation. So first, let's say if we have the example number 1, 3x plus 6 equals 18. Now, of course, we can do, we have two. We can start from, but where do we start from? Right here, this is over here. This is right over here. Is multiplying, right? This is multiplying. I'm not going to use X. I'm going to write, it's multiplication. And over here, this is addition. Obviously, we already know that, but when we do this, we usually start from addition or subtraction. So our first checklist would be addition or subtraction, and then we would do the multiplication or division. So first, if it's plus 6, then you would minus 6, right? From both sides. This should sound familiar. And we just write 3x equals 18 minus 6 is 12. And now we have times 3. This is multiplication. We're going to just divide 3 from both sides, and we would get x equals 4. And this would be your final answer. Now let's move down and let's do another example. Number 2. Now this time 12 equals 3x plus 9. We would do the exact same thing we've done. So here we have a multiplication and addition, same thing as before. So we would start by minusing 9. Right, we would do addition or subtraction first, and then we would do multiplication and division. And now we would do division. So this now after we done addition or subtraction, now this is just a one-step equation. And this is so we get 1 equals x. Now let's do a couple more. Let's do number 3. And let's do w over 2 equals, w over 2 minus 4 equals 9. Here we have a division, because this, remember, means divide, and we have subtraction. What you're going to do is opposite. So first we're obviously going to do subtraction or addition, and here we have subtraction. So what we're going to do here is we're going to minus plus 4, because opposite of minus 4 would be plus 4, and now we get a simple one-step equation. And all we gotta do here is, since we're dividing by 2, this means divide, we're gonna just times by 2. Times by 2 or 2 or 1. So times by 2, this cancels off, and now we would just do times by 2 over here, and that just gives you w equals 26. If this seems a little bit complicated, you might want to check how to solve the one-step equation. That would be a lot easier. But one thing I forgot to mention is when you're doing, again, any type of equation, you're always able to check your work. So when we did one step, I think I mentioned it there, we just plug in the value whatever we got for x or w or whatever variable, plug it back in the original one. So let's do that now. So we get 26 over 2 minus 4 equals 9. Now here, we would just do, okay, 26 over 2, that is 13, minus 4 equals 9. Again, why I did this first is because of order of operations. And so you always solve this, so that would be 9, and get 9 equals 9. See, it's really simple. That's why it's always I recommend to check over your work. I remember when you get this in, you have to do the division first, right? Think of order of operations. If you don't remember that or recall that, you should rewatch the order of operation videos. So again, if you want to check over the work for number 1, that's also pretty straightforward, right? We would just do plug in 4, so that's 3 times 4 plus 6, and that gives us 3 times 3. First multiply, which is 12, plus 6. Oh, that gives us 18, and 18 does equal 18. Here, and here on the number 2, we would just do 3 times 1, which is 3, and then plus 9, and that gives us 12. So 12 is equal to 12. Now let's do one more example. And over here, let's do 11 equals 4 over 3. Oh no, let's do, sorry, I meant y over 3 minus 16. Here, again, the same thing. We would add 16 to both sides first. We always do add and subtract before we do multiplication or division. We get 27, and that equals y over 3. We just times by 3, and you get 81 equals y. And you can always check your work. If you'd wanted to, you would do, okay, 81 divided by 3, and that is 81 divided by 3 minus 16. This gives me, what does this give me? This gives me, okay, 81 divided by, that gives me 27, and then I would minus 16, and I would get 11. So 11 does equal 11. So that works. So hopefully this video helped you solve multi-step equations. Not really much different from solving one-step equation, except you would have to just do one more extra step.